Thank you for stopping to watch my video. I want to teach as many U.S. investors, U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, and also 1099 income earners how they can save taxes legally. This is legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. It's been in front of the U.S. Supreme Court 2 separate times, and it's won both times. You can't get more legal than this. Most people have never heard of the Spendthrift Trust. It comes from England way back when King Henry VIII, that famous king who chopped off his wives' heads, started the Church of England. Murder a few ladies, start a church. Hey, why not? He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England to pay for his church, and they went back to the Magna Carta in the 13th century and said, oh, no, King Henry VIII, you can't do this. It's contract law that came to the colonies while we were still part of England. The law firm I work on behalf of inherited a trust that turned 350 years old in 2023. Before we were a country. This is how long it's been around. Our current tax code that we're under here in the United States went into effect February of 1913. It's only supposed to be around for a few years, and then we got involved in World War I. And since then, it's grown and grown and grown. The super rich families of 1913, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, the Kennedys, made sure they could save taxes. Guess what? They can save taxes, we can save taxes too. My name is Sally Gimmon. I'm the owner of www.thetrustisisyou.com, and I have a free class on the Great Discovery, my first name and my last name. My goal is to teach this to as many people as possible because it took me 5 months. My personal story. I became a real estate investor in late 2018 when my mom became sick. She got septic of the blood. She was on a ventilator for 13 months, in a hospital for 15 months, 2,000 miles away from home. In 2019, with my mentor, I wholesaled 7 bank-owned properties nationwide. Woohoo! I was a rock star in my real estate group, and I paid off $184,000 in debt. No more student loans, no more mortgage, no more car loans, no more credit cards, anything else. I was a good real estate investor. I had $50,000 in my bank account because I knew about short-term capital gains. What I didn't count on was COVID starting around St. Patrick's Day of 2020. Everything I was doing with the banks shut down overnight, literally overnight. I had 4 properties. On April 4th, 3 of my 4 properties did not pay me. There was a whole thing that if you had a mortgage, you didn't have to pay the bank. Well, I'm the Bank of Sally. I'm not FDIC insured. Then on April 4th, my CPA calls me and says, you need to set up an appointment. Congratulations. Your tax bracket went from 22% to 24%. The more money you make, the more money you pay. And I owed the federal government $94,000 in short-term capital gains. Yikes! What am I going to do? I did take out a HELOC on my paid-off house. Completely pays off, defeats the purpose of being completely debt-free. And then I started researching the Rockefellers Spendthrift Trust. It's called The Office. It's 7 generations old and has 400 people under the same EIN number. Personally, I started both my business and my beneficial trust in September of 2000. The beneficial trust is for all U.S. investors. You will no longer pay the following taxes. You will no longer pay short-term capital gains when you sell crypto. You're a forex investor. You're wholesaling. You're fix and flipping. You're doing auction houses or tax liens. You'll no longer pay long-term capital gains. That's a year or more when you sell your business, sell an investment property, or a baseball card. You'll no longer pay interest income taxes. Again, just like short-term capital gains, tax between 10% to 37%, just like federal income taxes. Interest income taxes are for passive investors, people who are in a REIT, people who are in mutual funds, doing subject to real estate, the BRRRR strategy. I personally do notes where I'm the paper in the house. People pay me their mortgage. Creative financing or seller financing. And forex investors. Yep, you get taxed twice. Third tax you'll no longer pay, dividend income taxes. If you're in the stock market, a day trader, an options trader, futures trader, commodities trader, or living off of dividends. Again, they're taxed between 10% to 37%, whatever your tax rate is. And then the fourth tax, rental income taxes. I'm a real estate investor. If you have short-term rentals like Airbnb, vacation rentals, maybe you have 5 doors, 10 doors, 20 doors, 30 doors, multifamily, apartment buildings, you do commercial property, or you're doing arbitrage. Yes, you can put a property that has a depreciation schedule into the trust. Yes, you can do a property with cost averaging into the trust. I didn't go over the 3 benefits. With the trust, you're going to save certain taxes year after year, generation after generation. You're going to keep your information completely private, and all lawsuits, I can't stop you from being sued, but all lawsuits become frivolous and go away. So think about that. If the renter's dog gets out and bites the mailman can't come after you. He can only go after the renter. And the 5th tax you'll save with the beneficial trust is royalty income taxes. If you have talent, maybe you're an actor, an actress, a musician, an author, an artist, maybe you're in the NFT world, you have copyrights, patents, or intellectual property. That's the beneficial trust. Personally, in 2024, I didn't pay short-term capital gains when I wholesaled. I have 12 notes, so I didn't pay interest income taxes. My friend Glenn does my options trading, so I didn't pay dividend income taxes. I have 3 rentals. I love my beneficial trust. I get to save thousands of dollars and put it back into real estate. Now we're going to go to the business trust. This is for all U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, franchisee owners, and 1099 income earners. If you're making at least $100,000 a year, gross a year, you will be saving 5 figures in taxes. I'm going to be posting about a gentleman in California who contacted me in 2024. He's an RV salesman, 1099 income. He's the only one working. His wife stays at home with their 3 young children. He's making about $200,000 a year. We use that number, 90% on federal income taxes, and then California state income taxes. 2024 numbers. He saved $42,425 for the full year. Well, we're in June right now. Per month, not working harder, not working longer, per month, he's saving $3,535.25. This is what the this is what the business trust can do for you. You have access with this to the money with your debit card. When it comes to tax time, you will file a 1041 tax return, not a 1040. So you don't have to worry about the deductibles and writing things off and everything else. The law firm I work on behalf of was started by Paul Benson, a Harvard law professor, 77 years ago. Now his great-grandson and great-grandson run the law firm, and in 77 years, not a single trust has been audited. They are so confident in what they do, they're going to give you a certification saying, hey, if you get questioned by the IRS, they'll defend you free of charge. In 77 years, it's happened only once. The senior IRS agent flew down to Houston, where the law firm is, spent 5 hours looking over a business trust, and he approved it. I have a free class on the Great Discovery, Save U.S. Taxes Legally. When I post this video, I'm going to have a way to set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. Every U.S. investor, U.S. business owner, U.S. entrepreneur, and U.S. 1099 income earner needs to know this information. It's not taught in schools. Unfortunately, I cannot work with W-2 income earners. Your taxes are taken out by before you get your paycheck. I do have quite a few W-2 income earners who are real estate investors or crypto investors who we take the money out of their personal taxes to get to save thousands of dollars. Thank you for watching my video today. Have a beautiful week and enjoy the June weather. Take care. Save thousands of dollars. Thank you for watching my video today. Have a beautiful week and enjoy the June weather. Take care.